Hello, I am going to talk about our submission, CommonScenes, generating CommonSense 3D indoor scenes with scene graphs. The word CommonSense here has two aspects of meanings. First, scene object consistency, which means generated objects should be compliant to the whole scene or other neighbored categories. Second, object-object consistency, which means the generation should achieve inter-object consistency. Of course, as a kind of generative model, it should also maintains the diversity in and across each generation. So the task is that given a scene graph containing relationship of each object, a model should generate the corresponding scene. We focus on the indoor scenario in this paper. Previous methods can be divided into two groups, object retrieval methods and semi-generative methods. Our method is the first fully generative method shown in this area. Retrieval methods use a single branch layout network to generate bounding boxes of objects and relies on an extensive database to retrieve objects whose sizes are closest to these boxes. Semi-generative methods represented by Graph2 3D uses two branches to generate layouts and shape embeddings in the meantime. Afterwards, it uses these generated shape embeddings to retrieve closest embeddings in the database and uses multiple categorical decoders to decode the objects and fit them in the boxes to finish the task. In contrast to these two kinds, we utilize a unified network to generate layouts and use a latent diffusion model conditioned on the object relationship. Only one shape decoder is used to generate the CommonSense objects in the scene. And we don't need an extra database as well. Our models can achieve more diverse and consistent results compared with others. In the previous methods, scene graph information is processed by node and edge embedding layers to class embeddings. We first upgrade the scene graph features to contextual features. First, we use clip text encoders to encode the prompt of each node and edge to textual embeddings and concatenate them with node and edge class embeddings respectively. We call the graph with concatenated features as contextual graph, which is the shared component of both training phase and inference phase. Next, for training, we extra concatenate the ground truth bounding box parameters with the node features to form a box-enhanced contextual graph. So, the training phase starts from a box-enhanced contextual graph. We put the graph into the contextual encoder based on GCNs to model the layout shape distribution Z, and we randomly sample a latent vector for each node and concatenate it with its textual feature and class embedding. The edge features remain the same as the ones in input. We call the graph containing layout shape vectors as updated contextual graph. A subsequent graph manipulator is utilized to optionally manipulate nodes and edges to perform data augmentation. Then we use two parallel branches to generate layouts and shapes. In the layout branch, another GCN base layout decoder generates bounding boxes. In the shape branch, we use a relation encoder encode the updated contextual graph to obtain relation embeddings, which are sequentially fed into the backward process of a latent diffusion model. A denoiser transforms random noise to shape embeddings with which a frozen VQ-VA decoder decodes object shapes. Shape branch and layout branch collaborate with each other to finish the generation task. More details can be found in the paper and supplementary materials. During the inference, we enrich scene graphs again to contextual graphs by readily available clip features, and then we randomly sample and concatenate layout shape vectors from the distribution with the node textual features. The distribution here is obtained by the contextual encoder previously in the training phase. The rest parts remain same as the ones in the training procedure. We show our sum results compared with the previous retrieval and semi-generative methods. Red arrows point at the scene object inconsistency, and red rectangles highlight the object-object inconsistency. Beside the consistency, our method can also generate more diverse results. When required to generate the same object set, other methods can only generate relatively fixed shapes to the scene, while CommonScenes can obtain different yet reasonable results, which means CommonScenes has the higher generative ability compared with others.